You may not know it, but there's been a bakery right here in our viewing area. It's the Dutch Made Bakery over in Tracy City, and it is the oldest family-owned bakery anywhere in the state of Tennessee. Cindy Day owns the bakery. She is the baker, the owner, and the dishwasher and everything else. Cindy,
Yes.
Welcome back to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
So glad you could come back and share some of the goodies here that you have made famous pretty much all throughout the Mid-South from Tracy City. So we're going to talk a little bit about this and a little bit about the bakery to begin with. Bakery's been around since 1902.
Yes, and I am just the third owner in those 116 years, which says a lot.
Yeah, so you've got a pretty big tradition to uphold.
Absolutely. We use all the same recipes that they used starting in the very beginning, but we've had to tweak a few because kind of the culture in America has kind of changed.
Sure.
So we do a little bit of tweaking, but basically it's all their recipes.
And you also have a delicious cafe right beside the bakery that you can go in and have lunch, and it's worth the drive from right here to go to Tracy City just to have lunch. I know because I've done it.
Thank you.
It is, it's wonderful. You walk in and the aroma just, it hits you. You can smell homemade in the air, whatever homemade smells like. We're going to begin down here on your side of the table. It looks like you've got some, what are these right here?
So
Coffee cake?
That is actually our cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon roll.
We make all of our cinnamon rolls from scratch with flour, butter, sugar, milk, all the yummy things that takes to make some great cinnamon rolls.
And as a result of you making everything by hand, sometimes it takes a little longer, but the product is well worth the wait.
Oh yes, it does. It takes, it is very time intense, but yes, so I appreciate it when people realize that it does take a little longer. When you call and order something, it might take a few days to get it together.
Sure. All right. This looks chocolatey and delicious, whatever this is.
That is our chocolate raspberry cake.
Oh, wow.
So we make several things with alcohol, but that is not one of them. I have a section here with non-alcohol cakes.
Right.
So that is our chocolate raspberry.
And even if you are cooking with alcohol, the alcohol evaporates during the cooking, so you're just left with the flavor itself.
The flavor.
I saw one word that caught my eye, and it is pistachio.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
Pistachio almond? Well, we used to make just an almond bread, but I discovered by adding the pistachio to the almond, it just brings out a great flavor. And it's something that folks a few years back used to always have pistachio almond. Now we've brought it back.
This is delicious. Okay.
Yes, yes.
I know I'm not going to do that. So essentially, anything in the way of cakes, pies, you've got the recipe for it. What if someone has a recipe of their own that says, this is my grandmother's or my great-grandmother's? Can you do something with this?
I can generally, yes, try that. And I've done that for a few folks. They've brought in a recipe and they've said, could you please make this for me? I remember when Grandma made it, that kind of thing. And so I do that. So.
One of the longest recipes that you guys have, and you may have heard me talking about this delicious salt raisin bread the last time you were here on the morning show. Give us a little bit about the history of this.
Salt rising bread was formulated during the wagon train days. So it's an Appalachian Trail bread that's formulated with cornmeal, milk, and a baking soda starter.
Wow.
And the reason it's called salt rise is because there were blocks of salt that were heated by the sun to keep the ferment warm. For if the ferment gets cold, it goes bad and it's not any good. But it takes about 4 days to make it.
4 days to make it. And you can only make this in limited batches, so it's not like you can have 100 loaves ready to go at any point.
Right, and sometimes folks come in and they want to buy like 10 loaves at one time, and they don't realize that takes my whole batch.
Sure,
Boom,
sure.
right like
now, is
that.
this another salt rising bread, or is
no,
this something different?
No, this is our whole wheat bread. I made some last night. So it's our whole wheat bread, and I also brought in our raisin bread, which is our old-timey recipe.
Oh, yeah. Jess was over here before the show started, and she said, what's this? And I have to confess, I'm glad she asked because I wasn't sure either.
Those are our cream puffs. Cream puffs and eclairs are something, too, that have kind of gone out, but we're bringing them back because they are so delicious and wonderful. So the inside of the cream puff has a Bavarian cream mixed with whipped topping.
Right.
And it just makes it wonderful.
Yourself. This is amazing. And what does have the alcohol in it? Some of these moonshine cakes that you that you brought last time. Give us a quick 30-second synopsis on these.
Moonshine cakes, I took the recipe of the whiskey cake that the bakery has been making for many, many years, and because the state of Tennessee legalized the production of moonshine, so we went ahead and we got a bunch of different kinds of moonshine and created the moonshine cake, and so we love it, and I'm hoping that one day it's going to make me famous.
I bet it will. If not, your attitude certainly will, and you being only the third owner of a bakery that's been around since 1902, that's got to bump you up the ladder a little bit. This is simply incredible. And again, you are open for lunch. Do you do breakfast?
We do, but we're only open from 8 until 2 in the cafe.
Right.
And we do breakfast and lunch, and we make everything from scratch, so it makes it just wonderful.
You probably don't even have a can opener in your cafe. The stuff is that fresh and that good. All right, you're going to come back here in a few weeks. You're going to be talking more about making Tracy City and Grundy County kind of a destination point for
for
overnight
tourists.
stay or a long weekend.
Yes.
It's wonderful. Always glad to see you, Cindy Day. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Give
Jim.
us the particulars on where you're located.
We are located at 109 Main Street in Tracy City, which is Highway 41.
Right.
So if you wanted to take the scenic route from Chattanooga up Highway 41,
Sure.
and we are right on the right-hand side.
You can find out more and you can talk to Cindy in person at 931-592-3171. Again, 931-592-3171 and the website dutchmaid.net. That's DutchMaid.net. Stick around. We have more of Let's Chat right after this.